Hey guys, welcome back to videos and to my channel. So this is a discussion video. Now before I say what I'm discussing, although I'm sure you know by the title, this video is kind of specifically meant, now I'm sure a majority of you may already know what I'm talking about, but especially if you live in the US, but if you don't live in the US, you may or may not know about what I'm talking about. So I know some of you don't live in the US, so this video is specifically kind of meant for you to know what this is. So basically, this video is about 9/11. Now, some of you, if you don't know what 9/11 is, basically it's not just a time of the day. It's not just like 9 and 11 in the morning or something like that. It is a day. It's September 11th, 2001. So basically, and this is a very, very special day for the US. And by special, I don't mean like happy special, like a holiday. I mean like not happy special, like bad stuff happens. So basically, it takes place. It starts off in New York City at 8:45 in the morning on September 11th, 2001. So people in the World Trade Center, which they're just average people working and stuff, people just living their normal lives, all of a sudden a plane crashes into the North Tower of the World Trade Center, and it crashes into the 80th floor. People immediately assume, okay, this is some big, huge, bad accident. Now everyone on board the plane dead. And now a few people in the tower died. So now you have people above the 80th floor, they're trapped because there's a fire. And now you have firefighters coming in to the tower, trying to get people out. So all the while, this is now being probably now live on the news. So then, at 9:03 a.m., which is 18 minutes after the plane crashed into the North Tower, a second plane came and crashed into the South Tower on the 60th floor. And so with that happening, everyone's thinking now, okay, this is not an accident. These planes were hijacked. This is terrorism. They were hijacked, and this is totally on purpose. They're crashing into the towers. So all the while now, people are still trapped in both towers. Firefighters are coming in and out, trying to get people out, and this is all going on the news, and just insanity is happening on this day. Like, things are shutting down, it's just crazy trying to get people out, and people are just lost, and it's crazy. So then, while this is happening, and the entire country is probably aware of this at that point. So then we go to Washington, D.C., and specifically to the Pentagon, and at 9:45 a.m., which was about 45 minutes after the second plane crashed into the World Trade Center, a plane crashed into the Pentagon at Washington, D.C. Now, those of you that don't know, the Pentagon is kind of like the whole hub of like the U.S. defense, like all the military, everything, like a majority of everything military happens there. So it crashes into the Pentagon, and then a fire breaks out, and then it's just insanity at the Pentagon. So then at at 10 o'clock, unfortunately, the South Tower back in New York City, the South Tower ends up crumbling due to all the heat caused by the plane crash from all the gas and plane fuel. The South Tower collapses, falls all the way down to the ground, and just so many people fall with it and are dead. And then, and if things could not get any worse, at 10:10 a.m., a fourth plane was discovered to be hijacked. And this plane actually, people on board the plane, they found out, okay, we're being hijacked. So then they all tried to stop the hijackers, and they actually managed to take control of the plane, and then the plane crashed in a field in, I don't even, somewhere in Pennsylvania. And the intended destination for where this plane was going, or what was planned for this plane, is still unknown. We don't know where it was trying to crash into. Some people think it was the White House, some people think it was going to crash into like a nuclear power plant. Still to this day, 17 years later, it's unknown. So then that happened at 10:10. Everyone in that plane was dead. So then at 10:30 in the morning, the North Tower also falls apart from all the heat from the plane crash and falls down to the ground, and both towers, that creates a huge cloud of just dust, debris, just all around. The entire like southern end of Manhattan is just covered in this huge cloud of smoke and just debris. And that pretty much ends up, that's pretty much the end of the events. That's all the events that happened on that morning, 9/11, 2001. That's pretty much what happened. And after that, the president of the U.S., which at that time was George Bush, I think. That's pretty much what started the war on terrorism, at least for us in the U.S. And even now, 17 years later, almost to the date, that war is still going on. It may never end, because terrorism, it's kind of a idea. You can't really kill an idea of terrorism. Well, but yeah. So that pretty much is what happened on 9/11. In total, it was a horrible day for the U.S. and I guess kind of the world too. I wasn't born on that day because I was born in 2002, so I wasn't around to see it or to really experience it. In total, about 3,000 people died on the actual morning. About 10,000 were injured, and even in the years following, people ended up dying due to cancer and all types of other problems that they got from recovery and just from being in the area when the buildings crash and inhaling all the horrible just debris. So that's basically what happened on 9/11. So now, if you want to know, you know. So yeah, just 9/11. It's the 17th anniversary is happening this Tuesday. So yeah, I guess this is 9/11. That was 9/11. That's what happened on it. So if you enjoyed this video, give us a like and consider subscribing if you haven't, and share this video. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye.